It's your boy 10 Toes Down Gutter coming to you live with Reality Real Talk Podcast. Oh yeah! Yo, today I was blessed with an honor, a gift, someone that's close to me as a special guest today. Good brother, you want to introduce yourself, family?
Yo, it's DJ, Councilman Johnson, Derek Johnson, Mr. Johnson, Unc, your boy, whatever it is. That's who I am. Yes. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes. Yo, D, man, I really want to just say thank you for taking the time out to give me the opportunity to just build with you like how we do on a regular. But this is something special to me because, as you know, I'm starting a podcast, Reality Real Talk, and we just up here building on real and reality situations. We not, speaking on anything injustice. We coming for mental health. We coming for family, single fathers, mothers, kids, sports, fashion, anything you can name that's real and dealing with reality. So that's what we bringing to the table, and that's what we doing. So it was a pleasure for me to be able to, have you come up here and speak with me and conversate and build with me and vibe, because you're such a gift to this world. And I just wanted to shed positive light on you for how much you do and everything you got going on, man. So I just want to say thank you, good brother. Thank you.
Yo, what can I say, man? Salute to your thanks, and more work to do. More work to do. When you asked me about coming on here, I laughed when I saw your show. I saw a snippet, and you said real talk, because, I'm Mr. Real Talk. So let's get it on. Let's get it on.
Let's get it on.
Yes.
I like that. So yeah, man, this is my man, Councilman Johnson, Councilman Derek Johnson, right? He's a councilman, a community activist, a brother, a father, one of the best basketball players in the 518. That's the word around the street. I mean, you showed me videos, but how real is it? They said you was doing your thing, man. Like, where you started out with the game from for this basketball before you got into the politics and politicians?
I think basketball was introduced in my life by a man named Mr. Nick Wilson. He gave me a basketball when I was living on Clinton Ave, and I remember the basketball had a bunch of knots in it. So when you bounced the ball, it didn't come straight up. And I remember he gave me the ball and he went to work, but when he came home, I had figured it out. And so, that was like kind of the beginning of it. But, to tell my story, I was part of it was like 6 or 7 or 8 of us that played together from pretty much about 6th grade on. And,
really?
Yeah. And so, pretty much we all still close to this day. So, we were a team that was the first team to win an outright Big Ten championship. And back in the days, the Big Ten conference was a conference that Albany High was a part of. So,
wow.
It was special for us to be the first outright. So, if the story is told honestly, I just was a member of one of the teams that's considered the greatest team to play for Albany High. So that's, for me, something, an honor to be a part of because it was some special times,
Absolutely. Yo, so I know you played for the High. Did you go on and, once you graduated, did you play college ball? And if you did, where did you play?
Yeah, so after I finished up at Albany High, I ended up going to school in Miami for 1 year at St. Thomas University. And while I was down there, I saw Virginia Union playing on BET.
VUU.
Yes. Uh-huh. So, it just got my curiosity, and next thing I know, I was walking on Virginia Union playing for them. So,
yeah, that's fire. I mean, from my understanding, VUU was in Richmond, right?
Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because I'm from Norfolk, Virginia, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As you know, we got a lot of things in common and that we shared from mutual. We both love Krispy Kremes. You know what I'm saying? We love VA. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a thing to where, when one of us is out of town and we go back home, then, we tap in and we make sure we bring each other a gift back. That's what family do.
The Krispy Kremes, and as our relationship went on, and you share that your brother is 1500 North Lombardi.
Absolutely. My baby brother, man, graduated from VUU. So, that was another thing that, was kind of cool, being as though I'm able to share this special bond with you, knowing that my little brother and you guys shed a bond as well because of that brotherhood.
Oh,
from
definitely.
VUU. It's
Definitely.
strong.
It's a big part of my life. I always say that was one of the best decisions that I made because, I had a great opportunity on the court and I met some people that, are a big part of my life still to this day. And, unfortunately, I won't be able to make it to homecoming this year because one of my family members is getting married and I'm in the wedding,
Nice.
So, I can miss this year, but, God willing, next year I'll be in the house homecoming 2025.
Absolutely. I know you usually try to make it, you're very supportive of something that was very close to you and part of your life for a while. So, that's dope though, D. I just wanted to shed light on that, man, because, I've been hearing a lot of stories on how good you are and were in ball and how you spread your talents and travel with it from the 518 all the way to down south to Miami to so that's dope. So you had to do something. You had to be something.
Listen, it's always better to let other people tell your story, but one thing that you can bet on, I always represent it and definitely enjoy playing the game of basketball, and I enjoy still to this day going to watch the young brothers and sisters play the game. So the game has been very special to me. It's created opportunities and it's created, more importantly, lifelong relationships, and that's important. That's the thing that I would like to see some of our kids experience to this day, because that's a joy just to be a part of something special.
Absolutely.
I could say, I was a part of the #1 team in the nation. I could say 2 of my teammates made it to play on in the NBA and have successful careers, and so it's always. It makes it more intimate when when people go to the next level and you have personal relationships with them. So that's an experience that I would love to see others have that same opportunity.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope, D. Yo, I just want to take a step back for a second because it's a blessing, and I want the people to know how real this moment is, to be able to share this moment with my good friend, my good brother, my guy, Derek Johnson, man. It's like I could go on and on and on, and I'm gonna keep shedding light on this brother because it's like at the end of the day, what don't he do? You know what I'm saying? He's a homeschool coordinator for Giffen Memorial Elementary. He's such a huge member of the community. From the South End, the Uptown, Northeast, Southwest, wherever you want to call it, the whole 518, everyone knows Derek Johnson from, being a huge advocate on whatever he can do, he will do. And he's for the people, he's for the kids, he's for the family, and everybody look at him like family. So I just want to continue to, shed light on you because, I also know that throughout your life, you ran into, which everybody have obstacles and, trauma and pain that they endured, but yours was very special because, I don't know too many who went through what you went through and still be able to get up every day and do things for others like nothing ever happened. You know what I mean? It's not that it didn't happen, but the way you deal with it, leads me to know, with some of the pain and trauma you have endured in your life, how did you cope with it and have you seek therapy?
I didn't, not long lasting therapy, and from moment to moment, I have had therapeutic sessions.
Okay.
I am blessed to have Dr. Lisa Good in my life. And she's, a person who understands how to treat trauma. I have Troy Kennedy in my life who has done a lot of studying with the brain and the traumatic experiences that the brain goes and the impact that can have on going forward. So I've been blessed to have people like that in my life. But I just been always, my family always stayed prayed up for me. And then, about 5 years ago, I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior.
That's a blessing.
And
Amen.
learn to pray for myself. And, and I started praying it forward, started praying for other people as well. And so,
Praying it forward.
Sometimes that is therapeutic in itself.
Right. I just know that, just touching on an uncomfortable topic for a second, you losing a brother, I can only imagine, what type of pain and trauma that can bring, because, I heard nothing but great things about him. You speak highly of him. Anyone who did know him, knew that he was a angel on earth. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I have 4 brothers, so I can only imagine. I haven't felt that pain or endured that trauma that you have, in regards to losing a brother.
So I would just say this, you don't really, I didn't really recognize my strength when I was going through it, because I was just dealing with, the loss of my brother, and then remembering that, the teachings that my father and my mother and people who poured into me, you just keep your head high, and I was just doing what, I was being strong for my family and not really worrying about myself. And then when you see other people go through similar things that you did, you're able to see your strength and, how they handle things. So, it's kind of like you really wouldn't know what you're doing until you see it happen to somebody else once it happened to you.
Right.
Because really we're in a reactionary stage. Because just imagine, I was in Virginia, I went to sleep, and I woke up to news that my brother wasn't here anymore. And that isn't natural. So, for me, it took a lot of time, and I can't tell you how I did it. All I could say is just people who experience that type of loss, you got to find somebody that you can talk to, and be able to express the new feeling, because anytime you lose somebody significant to your life, you got to learn how to live without them being a part of your everyday life.
Right.
And so it's new.
And then not only that, years later, man, you lost the closest thing other than your brother to you, which was part of your heart, was Mama Love.
Yeah. And that was different because that was health related. And, when I think about the pandemic for myself, it was kind of a blessing because it gave me time to spend with my mother. Most of her last days, damn near every day of her last days, me and my brother was a big part of that. So that was something that I will always cherish. And, losing her, she left me with so many jewels that, my brother didn't get a chance to leave me with. So that was therapeutic in itself because, in those jewels, it's a lot of strength that, she knew I was going to need to continue doing the work that we had set out for myself.
Right. Yeah, that's deep, D. And I just kind of got a little emotional, man, just hearing you speak, because it gave me chills just how I can sense and feel the growth you experienced coming from the pain and trauma you encountered. I can remember, how close you were, to Mama Love, and I know you was close to your brother. You speak about him, all the time. So that just really touched me, man. And I just want to say once again, D, how much you're a blessing to others. Which but it's very important that we shed light on those that's huge and actually a huge part of people's lives, whether it's kids, adults, in the councilman world, it doesn't matter. Everyone knows that Derek Johnson is someone for the people who show love. He's open, honest, and willing. Once again, he said, this reality real talk, I'm Mr. Real itself. So just speaking on that, that's huge, man. That's huge. So let me ask you a question, D. What got you into, wanting to be that person that you are, far as a community activist and far as just being there for the people in general? What made you have that open heart to want to help people how you do day in and day out? Day in and day out.
So, I watched my mother and my father help people. They always were helping their friends, helping their family, so I come from two people that cared about people. When you care about your people, naturally it carries over to you caring about your community. So, and if you pay attention to what's going on currently in our community, most of our leadership and important positions are people from outside of our community. So I felt that it was a need for somebody that understood Albany when it was operating at its highest level to be part of the conversation.
That's huge. And I like that. So basically it would be better for the people if someone who they was familiar with to be there for them versus to someone they don't know outside of their community to kind of speak up for them, and they don't really know what's going on. They don't know their pain, they struggle, and they don't know, their feelings, their thoughts, So I like that, man. And you said something a few minutes ago that I'm gonna take too, man. You said I was praying it forward.
Definitely.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Because you are a Christian, you are a man of God. We spoke on many different levels and topics, seeing each other in church.
Yes.
And one thing I can say, you always are open, honest, and willing to, get that experience, from a place. Whether you invite me over here or I invite you over there, you're gonna show up. Definitely. You're gonna show up. So that's huge, man. My kids love this man. We call him Unc, Coach, my guy. I love him dearly, and I'm pretty sure we're not the only one. My kids and I, everyone that encounters this man, he's a true blessing to them and to their life. So how's they treating you over at the school, far as being a homeschool coordinator, which is a promotion for you? Because I remember, when my little man was my oldest was going to Giffen, this is an upgrade for you.
I was always the homeschool coordinator.
Oh, you was always a homeschool. So you know what it was? This guy did so many jobs in the damn school, I couldn't tell what he was. Homeschool coordinator, he's doing whatever he could do, being damn near a teacher in the classroom. Whatever he got to do, he was doing just to make sure the kids is in line and doing what they supposed to do to get their education. He's huge on that. So I apologize, good brother.
No, that's the role of a homeschool coordinator. We, really go where the need is at. And so, at the time when I first met you, and, it's dope that you brought up your kids, is because your kids is what really connected me and you. Your son went to Giffen, I want to say, in a pre-K program.
Yes.
And then you pulled him out and he went somewhere else.
Yes.
And then I remember he had got in trouble. And I still remember what he got in trouble for. He threw the rock during the fire drill. And I asked him, I said, yo, why you throw the rock? He was like, I was bored. You know what I mean? And so, and then he came back to Giffen and, we worked with him, and he was a regular at Saturday morning basketball. And the beauty of it is being at one came, Deuce was there when he wasn't even supposed to be there. Deuce
Right.
was in at Saturday morning basketball in people arms,
Yes.
And so now it's a chance for him to be there because he's a member of the school. I can't wait to see how that matriculates.
Wow. Yo, you want to know? Let me shed light on that too, man. This guy is such a blessing, and that guy. Do you people know that Saturday morning books and basketball is a program that my man DJ runs on Saturdays? He take the time out, not the principal, not the assistant, not the teachers, none of that. The homeschool coordinator takes his time out on his weekend to come there early morning, open up the gym for the kids and let them play basketball. He teaches them skills and drills, and he also is called Books and Basketball because he gives them an hour to read. He tells them to bring a book, and if they don't have a book to bring, he provides them a book to read. So I believe that's dope, man. You don't know too many people that's on their weekends, they want their weekends. Especially if you worked all week. So what gave you the idea and the concept to want to do that? Free up on your weekend to come in to help kids books and basketball, skills and drills, and to read a book for an hour.
So when we were younger, they had a program that was offered by the city called Saturday Morning Basketball. And they had gym teachers open up the gym. They would pay them to do that. And so kids would go there. I never really I went maybe once or twice because I didn't go to Giffen. It was housed at Giffen. So when I found out that I was going back to Giffen, one of the first things I said to Mrs. Brown is I need to get that gym open. And so initially it was Saturday morning basketball, but we wanted to add a little different piece, some literacy to it. So a former superintendent, Dr. V, said, I was like, yo, I want to connect reading to it. And she said, basketball with books. I said, yo, let's go. And so my thing about basketball with books is we don't have a community center in the community. I wanted to create a space that first, if you came because of basketball, that's dope. But we have some kids that come just because their brother or their sibling goes there.
Right.
And so they're not always basketball focused. So I wanted to create a kid-friendly environment where we could give parents like 15 hours a month, because I'm cool with people just dropping their kid off and coming back. I want parents to have that space to be away from their kids and in an environment where they're safe.
Right.
And with the hopes of being able sometimes to get maybe 1 hour back from the parent to donate to Giffen. So, I always say, praying it forward, also paying it forward. Because if you do a lot for somebody, it's a chances out you can get them to do a little bit for you. And, that's the spirit that I try to bring in everything that I do.
That's dope, D. That's dope, man. I just think that's awesome. You was able to get that program up and going. And like I said, my kids and other kids is a huge part of that program. So I just hope it continue to grow. And I hope you continue as long as the Lord give you the strength to be able to do that. Mm-hmm. So that's dope. I got another quick question for you. Have you ever, were you ever in any other schools other than Giffen?
Yes. I worked at, I started out at Giffen.
Okay.
And then I worked at Philip Livingston for 1 year.
Okay.
And then they switched me to the old school 19. And then I worked at Toast. I worked at School 18. I worked at North Albany Academy. And then I came from North Albany Academy, I came back to Giffen.
Okay.
No, I went to Brooklyn for a year.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I remember the Brooklyn over across the street from the high.
Yes.
Albany High School. Wow. And then you went back to Giffen.
Then I went back to Giffen. I worked as a TA for probably 10 years, and then I got the homeschool coordinator position, and I was working for 2 years, and then it was budget cuts. So I lost my job to budget cuts, and I had to go back to being a TA.
How many years do you have in the district in general?
I say 20, 23, 24.
Wow.
But check it out. When I lost my position, like, so one day I went to work and my salary almost like doubled. But I didn't change my lifestyle. You know, only thing that I really did for myself was I bought myself the biggest TV that, you know, I bought my TV, right?
Yeah.
And I kept it regular. And so, because I was hearing grumblings that, you know, you got to know what time it is. You got to always know what time it is. If you don't know what time it is, time will run out on you. So
fire.
You know, so you know, I lost my position. I had to go back, and it was really, you know, going back to what I already knew. And so I had to do that for 2 years, and then, you know, for the last 13, 14 years, it's been what it is, what it's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
You know, the purpose.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
I wanted that job. You know, it was like my covenant. I said, yo, if I get that job, I never really looked for another job. You know, people offered me positions, but it's work. You know, we got a goal to get Giffen going in the right direction. And until I accomplish that, you know, I can't consider nothing else.
Wow.
And not, well, when I say I, because a lot of people have left and the mission is still in effect.
Right.
So it's I for me, but I'm part of a team, a great team at Giffen.
That's dope. Absolutely. Amongst great people.
Yeah.
You know?
And great kids, you know.
Yes.
And a community that's underserved, but, you know, it's slept on. It's slept on.
Don't worry. When you got a man walking in purpose, you're going to wake him up. Mm-hmm. We're going to wake him up eventually.
That's what we do.
Yeah, yo, D, so let me get down to the nitty gritty, man. What made you become a councilman? You Derek Johnson, city councilman. What made you become a councilman?
Because they was messing with me, man. And you know, I'm a guy that if you mess with me and you sleep on me, I'm gonna show you who I am. And so this administration that I'm working with, you know, they were treating me unfairly, and I didn't really have anybody that I can go to and talk to. And so when I went and talked to the council, they didn't do anything about it. So, you know, I just saw an opportunity for me to get a seat at the table, and I went and took my seat.
Nothing was given to you.
Never.
Nothing.
No handouts.
Everything you got, you earned.
Everything. And you know, I believe, you know, that's the best way to get it. You know, that's why I'm 100% me. You know, I owe the people, but I don't owe one person. No one person can say they responsible for, you know, what's going on over here.
Right. Nah, that's cool, D. Yo, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you wholeheartedly. And I just want to say thank you once again, man, for taking the time out to come pull up on me and build with me and vibe with me, because it's only right that I had to bring my guy on here. Yo, D, you got so much positivity and positive things going on in your life, and you such a gift, once again, to the people and to be on this earth, and us who have encountered you to be able to share a part of what you've given is a blessing, family. It's a blessing. And I want to say thank you, man. Thank you, D.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Just keep doing you, keep being what you being, you know, which is great. You know what I'm saying? And standing for the people. And it's nothing but up, family. Only way up is up.
So when you told me about this opportunity, I knew it was gonna be dope, because you said nephew was behind the camera, right?
Absolutely.
But,
you know, I always gotta shout out my guy, the Big Picture Ruski.
Yeah, but check it out though,
Camera
right?
guy.
He got his right-hand man for him. So like I'm doing 2 interviews at once, because a lot of the stuff that we talking about, they never heard before. So it's dope to be able to
share the light on that, because this is family, man. This is a family affair right here.
Yeah.
I'm creating, you know, an environment where we all who come here and come together collectively, it's family. Word up, family.
Yeah, I felt it as soon as I got in here.
Yo, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, and that's what we doing. We building on real reality situation. None of that fake, phony bullshit out in the world. The nitty gritty, you know what I'm saying, and whatever we can do to bring and shed light on shit, that's what we doing.
So let me give it to you real quick, man.
Absolutely.
I just want to say thank you for always being that dad, you know what I mean? For being the husband that you are, you know, to being the son to your mother, the brother to your brothers. And, you know, when you healthy and solid and strong in those areas, it's real easy for it to be some over here. And, you know, you definitely share it. And I like the way you stepping up, and I wish your podcast the best. And when you need people, let me know.
Absolutely.
And I'll point people in your direction.
Absolutely. Yo, D, this is only going to get bigger, family.
Yeah.
It's only going to get bigger. It's only going to, you know, grow. And I know you know a lot of people, you know, in position that I would love to shed light on as well, too. You know, so we definitely going to get it together.
I got you, brother.
I appreciate you, man.
Always.
Thank you, D.
Much love.
Yo, it's your boy 10 Toes Down Gutter coming to you live with Reality Real Talk Podcast. And that comes to an end. Oh, yeah.